welcome back to my channel. Today's story is just a little lighter, and we're gonna talk about some of my more idiotic situations I've gotten myself into. That, well, more idiotic situations. But these are just like, I guess, examples of like how much of a bubblehead I am. Then it turns out that I'm not the only one. And also, well, you'll see. You'll see. But yeah. Like, as many of you know, that know me, that I call myself a bubblehead. Now, the reason why that is because, it's all air inside, and with a little it just all disappears. And I'm just like, what was I doing? Excuse me. So yeah, or what was I saying? It's worse when you have like the worst brain farts that in the middle of a sentence you're just like, what's going on? You know? So yeah, I am a big bubblehead. I'm a klutz. Gravity uses me as an example to prove to people that she still works. Because I will trip on air, and I'm a klutz. And perfect example of how much of a bubblehead I am. Back in the day when I used to work for like the phone sex company, we would walk down this hallway many times. Now, this building had the offices were basically the hallway went around the whole building. It sort of made the figure eight, a cubic figure eight, because it was like all the way around, and then in the middle was where the elevators were, and they would connect the hallways on the other end. We were like in the far corner. Now, to get to the elevators from the office, all you had to do was walk out the door, make a left to the elevators, and that's where they were. Now, we had all gotten off work, and we were all talking as we were going down the hallway. For some odd reason, instead of making a left, I made a right and smacked right up against the wall. Oh, I have no idea why. I have no idea. Like, my brain just went blick right off. And yeah. Another incident to show how much of a bubblehead I am. I was taking the shower, getting out of the shower, and I tripped on the tub, and I just went face first to the ground. And I'm just like sitting on the ground, and I landed on the carpet. We had a little shag carpet then in the restroom. And I don't know what I did, but I ended up with most of the carpet in my mouth, and I started spitting it out. And the first thing that came to my mind, and I voiced out loud, was, holy shit, it's true. In cartoons, when you fall and you end up spitting all the dirt and rocks and stuff, that happens for real. And then when I looked back, I had like, my toe was all cut up, because I ended up cutting it apparently on the slides where the door slides open and shut. So yeah, those are the type of experiences I've had. As you know, almost falling off a cliff, and yeah, don't know why I'm still here. But one of the incidences that my friend Mario and I still laugh about is with one of my other friends, which is one I mentioned in another story, a few stories actually. But he lives in Texas now, and when we would go to clubs, after the clubs, it was routine. I mean, you're dancing nonstop. The only time you would actually stop to do anything but dance at a club back then was to get your drink, go to the restroom, or a cigarette break. Oh, or to make your rounds, because you had to make at least 2 rounds at a club. And the rounds were basically, you stop dancing and you walk around the whole dance floor, looking at everybody, letting everybody see you, and, the whole routine. But that was it. So after so much dancing and drinking and all that, um, well, most of the time, from all the dancing and sweating, nobody was ever drunk by the time the bars and the clubs closed, rather. So we would end up being really hungry. Now, the danger dogs, because there was by Arena and Circus, there was this one lady that would sell danger dogs, basically street vendor food. We call them danger dogs because we didn't know if you were going to get sick or not from eating them. But they were so good because they were the hot dogs that were wrapped in bacon. And the stuff that would go on top of it was like, the usual. And they would put some pico on top of it. And they would add some avocados and some fried onion. Oh my God. Danger dogs are the best hot dogs in the world. They are incredible. But we didn't always feel like it. And then in the corner, there used to be a Del Taco. That's what it was. It was a Del Taco. After club food usually was either pizza, tacos, burritos. What else? Yeah, or burgers. Yeah, because we would either go to Del Taco. We would, if we wanted like the cheap, or Taco Bell, which was always good. It was open 24 hours. It still is, I believe. The one here in Sherman Oaks, which is where we would always go. And then there was, we would go to like the hole in the wall mom and pop, like authentic Mexican food that was open till, I believe it was like 6 o'clock in the morning. And if we wanted burgers, we would either go to any of like the big chains like Denny's, IHOP, or IHOP was basically, we knew better than the burgers there, especially the IHOP in West Hollywood. But we would usually always end up there or at Cafe 50s or Norm's. And what's the other theme one? Not Johnny Rockets. I didn't like Johnny Rockets much. But there's another one that's very 50s oriented, and they had like the jukeboxes and everything right there on the table. Anyway, we would end up there. And this time it was just 3 of us because everybody else wanted to go somewhere else to eat, and we're just like, well, we haven't figured out what we want yet, so we'll figure it out. We run into you there, we run into you there, because it was always usually the same places that we would go to that were open around that time. And some would end up going in the direction towards their home. Well, all of that. Yes. So we decided to go to Del Taco, and we park at Del Taco. And Mario and I are in the car, and we're just like, we don't want to eat here. And my friend who lives in Texas, he was just, that boy could eat. That boy could eat. I love him so much. And he's like, well, you bitches decide what you want. I'm just going to go sit outside. It was during the time that Barbie Girl, the song, had become really popular. It had been in the radio already for a couple of months. And I remember him going to the back. Now, mind you, Mario and I saw him sit his ass on the hood of the car. And he started singing the song as he's kicking his legs, and he loved getting attention. He was like an attention whore, which I love. Like I said, I love him so much. But he was an attention whore. And so he's kicking his legs all happy, singing the song. Meanwhile, Mario and I are still discussing where we're going to go eat because we don't want to eat at Del Taco. I didn't feel like there's soggy fries or anything like that. And so we decided to go to that one, like the real taco place, which is located right next to the subway station on Santa Monica and Vermont, I want to say. I think that's it. Santa Monica. Yeah, Santa Monica and Vermont. It's right next to the subway station there. And yeah, because LACC is right down the street. And we forgot that a friend was sitting back there in the hood. So Mario just turns on the car and takes off. And all we hear is, I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie. Ah! He basically fell off the hood and just ended up like smacking on the ground. Now, because this Taco Bell, again, it was after the clubs, so these places always get packed. I mean, get packed. So you hear it both inside and out. You hear everybody scream, and we're just like, Frank! As we look back, when we heard his scream, all I saw were his boots going up in the air as he smacked the ground. Mario stops the car, and we end up rushing out. And he's on the ground, and he's like, "You fucking bitches! Fucking perras, you left me out here. You made me fall and forget about me." And I'm like, "In all honesty, we did. Sorry." Everybody's like made a circle. I don't know what they thought we had run him over. So he just picks himself up, dusts himself off, and gets in a car. And he's just like, "That is not the type of attention I want. Let's get out of here. Where are we gonna go eat?" So we told him, man, I'm like, I'll just get you a couple of burritos. Burritos that are huge. So that made him happy. He forgave us after he had his burritos. But yeah, we again, bubblehead. In a matter of minutes, we had forgotten that our friend was sitting in the hood singing Barbie Girl. Oh my God. We were bad. We were so bad. Oh. And then for gay nights, oh, that was another one. I have a couple of reactions when I get scared. I don't always have the same reaction all the time. One of my reactions is to swing back if somebody scares me. Swing or kick, or jump back and kick at the same time. Oh. Or I could just, well. So we went to gay night. I don't remember if it was Disney. I don't remember if it was Disney or if it was gay night in Knott's Berry Farm. I'm trying to remember. Was it Six Flags? Because back then there was gay nights for all of the major theme parks. Like, you know, Disney, Knott's Berry Farm, Six Flags, Magic Mountain, and Universal. And I am trying to remember which one it was. I want to say it was Disney because it happened by the castle. We had already gone, we were coming back from Space Mountain, and I wanted to take pictures by the castle. So some other friends must have seen us, and so they decided to hide and scare us. They should have known better. Because I was the closest one to one of them, and my first reaction was to scream and swing. So I just swang and clocked them. And apparently clocked them really hard because she just went back, tripped on the little gates, fenced off area, and ended up in the little grassy part with his feet up. I'm like, oh. But then, like I said, I had many other reactions, and when I worked for the phone sex company, I was on my break. I don't know if it was lunch or just a break, but I was downstairs and I was looking at my phone. Why? And mind you, this is before like the smartphones. I had a slider. It was about this big, and to get it going, you just slide it up. And I liked it because it was so tiny and I could put it anywhere. And especially back then because I used to wear a lot of tight clothing. So no bulks. No bulks. It would have to fit in my little vinyl backpack that I had that was about yay big. It was a happy face. And so that's where I had my wallet, my phone, my keys. That was it. That's when I would go out. So that day we ended up, I by myself, mind you. I worked a graveyard shift, so that meant that I was there like throughout the whole night, and it was on Wilshire Boulevard in K-Town. And I was just there minding my own business, walking back and forth, bored, smoking my cigarette. I was walking on the lines of like the pavement of like the courtyard of where the buildings where we worked were, and one of my supervisors comes out and scares the living daylights out of me. But my reaction made her lose it completely, because I'm smoking my cigarette as she scares me, and all I could do is scream. My torso didn't move, but both my legs went up and down really hard. And I was wearing my red biker boots. I smacked the soles of my feet so hard that I felt it go from my sole all the way up of my feet all the way to like the top of my head, and I'm just like, oh! And then I couldn't stop laughing either, because I'm just like, what kind of a reaction is that? Like, my torso didn't move, but my legs definitely jerked up and down really fast. And she was on the floor laughing, and I'm just like, oh dear. Yeah. So, yeah. Those are the type of examples that I have of my being a bubblehead. That's one of the reasons I'm like. So, yeah. Hope you guys had fun. And I guess we'll talk next time. Ciao.